Chålofa! What's up? This is the Islanders View podcast with the Backyard Convos. We're experiencing the backyard conversation of Islanders. It's your boy JC, B.
How's it?
And the Uso Jr.
How's it, everybody?
We're just talking about worldviews, life experiences, culture, sports. You know, we're just chilling, kicking back, speaking our minds. Yeah, you're about to go into a mind of an Islander right about now.
Chålofa!
Family! How you guys doing?
How you guys
Happy
doing?
Friday. We got special guests in the house. Sampu House.
Sampu.
Oh, man.
Sampu!
Hey, first off, I want to apologize to our listeners and viewers. I know we're supposed to start at 7 o'clock p.m.
Island time.
Island time, Guam time, whatever time.
That's
Never
right.
mind.
But we're here.
We're here. Hey, Chålofa family, thank you for joining us for Sesh number 20.
20.
Wow.
Like we always say,
Wow.
every fifth Sesh is a sample sesh.
Sampu House.
Nothing better to have it with than the one and only Sampu House, Auntie Lori
Yeah.
and Lisa,
Welcome.
the
Auntie
family of
Lori.
Sampu House, where it all happens.
Yeah.
Hey, but we want to thank you guys for joining us. If you're new to the family, please subscribe and welcome to the family. You guys ready to get session number 20 going?
Yeah. Do you
Oh, yeah.
realize that we're almost legally able to drink? Our podcast is almost legally able to drink.
I was like, what?
Our podcast is almost legal. Right? We're 20 years old right now. 20 sessions. One more than our podcast can drink with us.
But no, we want to apologize for some technical difficulties today. It is hailing outside. Good thing I went hardwire.
What? I gotta go move my car.
Yeah. You don't have full coverage?
No.
Come on, you got island coverage?
Full coverage is for suckers.
Oh man! Hey, big shout out to everyone that's joining us. Shout out to brother Frank Guetta. He says no video. Sorry guys. Sorry again. Sorry, brother Frank.
The
Hi,
videos
sister
of-
Janelle. What's up, Prim?
Hey.
Ben's on the line. Oh yeah, what's going on? Yeah, it was island time. He said island time, guys.
Yeah.
They
But,
were waiting, they were
Thank you,
waiting.
guys. Thank
Yeah, I
you.
know they're waiting. So let's get session number 20 started. This is going to be all about Sampu House.
Sampu.
During our sample sesh, if you guys can see the food that's laid out in the studio,
Oh.
look at all that beautiful stuff, man.
Woo.
I
Thank
like
you,
the
Auntie
bowls.
Lori.
You're
Welcome, Auntie Lori. Welcome,
you.
Sister Lisa.
Yes.
You guys ready to
Welcome
get
to the
session
studio.
number 20
This
started?
is
This is
2/3.
my daughter. Just to let everybody know, this is my daughter.
Yeah, I say
Not her
sister.
Yeah.
I
Not
say
her
sister. I say sister, she says daughter.
This is 2/3 of Sampu House.
Oh, yeah.
We're missing Paul Tobin.
Oh,
Oh, he's working.
He's working right now.
oh,
Not for
man.
Sampu House.
He will when he gets home.
Right? We're only missing the other one,
Be prepared,
brother Polly.
Brother
Yeah,
Paul,
he
yeah.
had to work today. I don't think he had to work.
He's the-
Auntie, tell me the truth. Did he have to work?
Yes.
Paulie is the pit master for Sampu House.
Right?
He's the barbecue
Nice.
man.
right.
Oh,
That's
man.
right.
But yeah, so welcome to session number 20, the
Thank
Islanders
you.
View. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Of course.
Yes.
We have to show everyone, who's behind the scenes with Sampu
Yeah.
House, right?
Yeah.
Yep, that's true. I mean, everybody's like, who am I? Who's this person? Blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, So, yeah, it's time to, for some who don't know who I am, and then some that already, do. So
Mhm.
Awesome.
this is a good time to
Yeah.
do that.
Awesome.
All right.
So-
And, we enjoy it. We enjoy sponsoring also the, the sample session that you
Sample
guys
sets
been
that
having.
we do. Every
you
5
guys-
sets?
yeah, every
Time for
5,
the
right?
reveal.
Every
Yeah.
5 sets.
Don't
yeah.
forget, let them know what they want to eat,
Yeah.
or try, so we
She
can.
cooks anything. Just let her know. Let us know, and
Yeah.
she'll cook it.
Yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
I think before you do that,
And
you
you're
wanted,
done.
before you do that, you wanted to highlight our
That's right,
Yeah,
that's right.
Well, we
Thank
do
you,
every
brother. Thank
session.
Oh.
Hey, like we start every session. Obviously, on our sample session, you get 2 different highlights, right? You get a highlight of a beverage highlight, and you get a food highlight, right?
Yeah.
And you guys can see it all over the tables.
That's
We're about to get messy up in here.
About to, yeah.
But
About to get it.
to session number 20, what do we got, B?
Oh, wow. Dude. I feel a little rusty on this one.
I know. Welcome back, everyone that's
Sorry,
listening.
welcome back,
Everyone
B.
that's listening, please welcome back B. He's
Yes.
been gone the last 2 sessions.
Last 2 live sessions.
Right?
Last 2.
No, last
Yeah.
2 live.
Sorry.
And
about the
now he's on the 3rd live and he's already put on the spot.
You know, I know I said technical difficulties, but he is the odd one out when it comes to being late.
even my church people, they're like, "Who's the one that's always late to Sunday service?" And they pointed me out.
Church is like the worst place to be late because everybody can see who's walking in late.
Right?
Like, oh.
Exactly.
No, even I'm
Look.
a photographer too, so they're like they're waiting for the pictures. Like, where's Brandon? I'm running in there with my hair like. No. Let's get back to it. So it is our crown apple
Yes, sir.
with the sphere.
With
ice.
the sphere
Ice
ice. Yes.
Sphere.
Sphere. So to everyone that's listening and viewing, please raise your glass to session number 20 and welcoming the makers and creators and behind the scenes Sampu House.
Sampu House.
There you go.
Yeah, to session number 20. Chålofa.
Chålofa.
Okay. I like the spheres.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
you
the
like this shirt?
That tastes
Yeah.
like Crown whiskey with apple.
Just a hint.
Just a hint of apple. It's like a kiss of apple.
Oh, that's good.
Hey, before we start off,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to give a shout out to my niece and my nephews, Nehemiah, Malaya, and Isla.
Mm-hmm.
They found out that I was gonna go live on YouTube.
Oh, really?
I'm like,
Awesome.
Can you give us a shout out? Hope you guys are watching.
Nice,
Hi.
nice. Well, hope they comment.
I know,
I'll
right?
flash it up on YouTube.
I told them.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
Comment below.
nice.
like,
So time to be put on the spot there, Auntie.
Go ahead.
Auntie
Go
Lori.
ahead and introduce yourself.
Introduce yourself and introduce your sister.
I'm Lori Tobis, and I'm from the village of Jonya. Well,
Awesome.
originally
Jonya rules.
from Jigo.
I don't know about
Jigo. Born and raised in Jigo area. But my husband is from Jonya. And this is my daughter, Lisa. And she's the oldest. And then I have a son, Paul. He's at work.
We don't want to know who the oldest is. Who's the favorite?
I knew you guys were going to ask this question again.
You know, everybody knows the favorite, but
Do
I
we?
just have a boy and a girl, so
Mhm.
they're
That's good.
equally loved.
You got a boy and a girl, then you're done, right?
They're equally loved. But
Awesome.
yes, if you want to know, yes, Paul's the favorite.
It's okay.
Only
I have.
Only
you know,
because he's the
accept-
baby sis.
No.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
No, you see
When
how
I-
I put
no,
that?
no.
Baby sis. He's the baby sis.
Every time I say I'm the oldest, he's like, "No, we're only 10 months apart." So
Don't
only.
tell them.
10 months apart. Oh, Auntie Lori.
Oh my
He said, "You're
god.
only the oldest if it's a year." I was like, "I was born first, okay?"
You know what that makes it sound like, right? 10 months apart? It's like right when you were born, then she looked at your dad. Let's try again.
Time to go.
Oh.
Try again, one more time.
So too bad Paul couldn't be here.
Yep. Too
We
bad.
miss you,
for him.
bro.
But no, I know, me and my brother Mark, shout out to my brother Mark, Pastor Mark, but we're 11 months apart too.
Yeah.
So I always tease my mom, oh, you just couldn't wait. After I was born, you already wanted some action. Was it with you or dad? And then my wife, Bella, her and her brother Jose
Right.
are 11 months apart.
Yeah.
So that's one thing we have in common. So yeah, I guess it's very common.
I think it was like with my parents. So there's 13 of us. I'm the youngest out of so. So yeah, like some of my brothers, some of them are again 10 and a half months, 11.
How many in your family?
There's 13.
13. Oh, lucky
I'm
number
13. Yes, I'm the baby.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm the baby, and I'm the one that everybody comes to say, "Hey, let's get things going."
That's
you
right.
know?
Auntie Lori, yep, she's the one. Auntie Lori is actually my auntie, Lori. My wife, that's her auntie. She's the youngest sister of my mother-in-law.
So not actually.
My
Got blood.
auntie by injection.
By-
Oh, wow.
But yeah, my
You guys are not
mother-in-law.
getting monetized.
My mother-in-law is at home. I told her to watch this on YouTube Live and comment. If she
Yeah.
doesn't comment, just let me know.
I got you. I'm watching.
Yeah,
right
well,
now.
Belle and I are very close. She's my niece, but she's the oldest grandchild.
Yeah,
But we grew up together, so it,
yeah,
we-
only
we
3 years
know.
apart. Yeah,
Yeah.
Awesome.
But Auntie Lori, she's just like when I first met my wife. After I met my wife, then Auntie Lori. Actually, when I was talking to her on the phone, like the next person I talked to was Auntie Lori. Like, Doug, give me the phone. Let me talk to him. What are your intentions with my niece?
Oh man.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just want to have hot, dirty sex with her.
Really?
And from there, it's history.
Yeah.
Right? Now we're here.
Now we're here.
Now we're here.
Awesome.
Man, from a long way from California, right?
Right? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
So you guys moved from Cali to
Yes,
Texas?
to Texas.
When did you move out to Cali from Guam?
2000.
The first time?
Was that the first stop?
The first time?
Yeah, 2006.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 2006 because Paul was into baseball.
Yeah.
And we wanted to get him better education
Yeah.
plus the better schooling
Yeah.
for baseball as
Okay.
well too. So
Yeah.
that was his opportunity, and he was amazing. He's an amazing baseball
He
player.
still is amazing.
I don't know
Still
about
is
that.
Brother Paul is still amazing.
But yeah, so that's how we were in California. Plus my family's there too.
Yeah.
So we are there for a
And they're
while.
still there too, right?
Yeah. They're still there in
Awesome.
Fairfield. And then, of course, when my husband got sick, we had to go back home.
Yeah.
And 2009 is when I left. They were still there in
Mhm.
California, going to school and everything. And so we had to come back to Guam. What do you call that? We lost, they lost their dad, lost my husband. So it was a trying time, but cooking has always been, the forcenter of everything that I'm doing.
Yeah.
Actually, let me take that back. Not the food. It's more
Mhm.
baking.
Right.
Baking
Yeah.
is my passion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your
And
dream is to open up your own bake shop.
Yeah.
right? Sweet store. And what are you going to call it?
Sugar mamas.
Sugar Mama. And you do have a website,
Yeah,
right?
I do.
Sugar
I
Mama.
do.
So
I do.
anybody want to look
Wow.
up order stuff from our Sugar
Wow.
Mamas?
Yeah. Actually, in California is where
It's
it
a
really took off.
bakery, guys.
Yeah.
So you have
Don't be
Sampu
telling
House
me.
and Sugar
Yeah.
Mamas.
Well,
Doing big
so there's a
things.
story behind that and why I'm not so
Putting every-
invested in the baking side.
Mhm.
Only because when we got here to Texas,
Yeah.
everybody's like, oh, never mind about the baking. We can get that anywhere. Here, there's no chamorro. There's no, island food to get.
Yeah.
And so
But
that's
can
how it
you
all
get
started.
anything?
Well, there's no Chamorro Bakery
There's no
either.
Chamorro Bakery.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what happens? I'm still doing pastel.
Yeah,
I'm still
pastel.
doing
Yeah.
latita.
Was
So
that Chamorro Donuts?
yeah,
and,
exactly. So, but those are just the handful of
Yeah.
sweets that I do.
Do you do any
Yeah.
orders online, like sending it to other people from
I
other
do.
states?
I
Okay.
do. It's limited because remember some of the stuff needs to be frozen,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and it's very costly
Yeah.
just to ship it if it's going to be overnight.
Yeah.
And so every time they ask me, I always discourage. And I said, look, I would love to do that, but it's going to cost you.
Yeah.
Right.
The what do you call that? Just the shipping is going to cost more than the product itself.
Yeah.
Because
So,
somebody figures out a better way, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So-
Teleportation.
You do the cinnamon twist?
Huh?
The cinnamon twist donut?
Oh, yeah. She does that,
Come on,
bro.
dude.
Bro.
What kind of
she
Yeah,
does
what kind
that.
of tomorrow
Your
baker
mom
are you?
always
If you
orders
can't
that
make
from
that?
me.
So we're going to have to go and put another add on to my order. For
B's already ordering. B's already ordering.
Yeah, so I
Awesome.
mean,
I know Brother Frank is listening.
Yeah,
and
he
Nancy Laurie and Lisa Sampu House actually
Oh, yeah.
catered
Yes.
his
He actually
wedding.
said
Yeah.
hi Lori and Lisa Sampu.
Yeah.
hey Frank.
Yeah. They actually catered his wedding. So.
Awesome.
Yes, we did.
It
All
was
the
an
way
awesome
down in
time,
Corpus.
Yeah. Oh, down in
Yeah.
Corpus.
Yeah, we had a great
Yeah.
time.
We had a great
time.
time, yeah. And then actually I came back home and I got COVID. But it wasn't from the wedding. It wasn't from his wedding. was from somewhere else.
Isn't it funny, right? You got
I was the
that,
only one.
and we were
They
all
never got. We were
together.
all
Got
together.
it,
They
yeah.
never got it.
Yeah.
Frank didn't get it. Nobody from the wedding got it. So
Yeah, yeah.
Right, we
I
were
must have got it from somewhere else. The Dollar General. Oh,
So I think when you created your business Sample House, right?
Mhm.
Was it off the whim, or is it just because people were asking you to make something?
Well, when we moved here 2014, right? Yeah, 2014.
wow,
Actually,
that long ago.
yeah.
We've been
Right,
here
it
that
feels
long.
longer. It
Yeah.
feels longer. But actually, when we were, I'm sorry, I take that back. When we were in California,
Wow.
Yeah.
Belle,
Yeah.
Jason, they're like, come on, Auntie Lori, let's do this. Let's do a, tomorrow, food. Let's start doing something, right?
Yeah.
And it's always just been something that we've talked about.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then when we moved here, Jason was like, come on, let's start, I said,
Yeah.
okay, let's do a, lunch plate. Matter of fact, Sampu House, Jason was the one who came up with the name.
Right. Jason Mesa.
Yeah, he
He's
came up with
actually
the
my
name.
wife's brother.
Right. We're all, coming up with different names. And so you guys know, right? In the Chamorro language, chod.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Chod
So-
That's where Sampu comes from.
Yes.
Chod is fresh off the boat. So have you ever heard that term like fob?
Yeah.
Chod is the same as fob.
Yeah, for our Chamorros, right?
Tomorrow they
So-
call it chod.
Yeah, when
we
were
weren't on the boat.
Yeah. And everybody be like, why you call me fob?
Straight
I
from
didn't
the.
come off the boat. I came off the plane.
Is it straight from the beach?
Yeah. Why you guys call me fob? I'm fresh off the plane. What boat are you talking about?
Off the
man.
Delta.
But yeah, that's how we did it, right? So everybody,
Yeah.
it's like sample, right? Hey, come and sample.
Sample.
So it's like, hey, come and sample, right?
Yeah.
So we're
Yep.
so that's how it all
Sample
began.
House. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's how it all
I
began.
think, I always tell Lori, like, once you get your restaurant started, I'm going to quit my job and come work for her.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep, he's
Yeah.
always
No,
said
I'm
that.
like, I'm ready to work for you, Lori. I'll bus tables, be a waiter. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to cook.
I was gonna say, because the last time we had a conversation about you cooking.
Yeah, I'm not going to cook. I'm going to bust the table.
Oh,
You can ask Auntie Lori. Like, every time we have parties, like, they're always cooking. Jason, Auntie Lori.
Right.
Yeah.
They're killing in the kitchen. You know what I'm doing? I'm washing the dishes.
Yeah. But Manny, you do cook.
Well, I
Now.
started now.
Now since you started
Me
hanging out
and
with us.
JC, yeah. I started making food and start prepping.
Oh,
And
that's funny.
JC actually, today, Bana, his wife, just
Right.
got him a new smoker. And we were just taking a look at the garage.
Oh,
so,
it's a smoker?
Yeah.
bro, it's a
Oh, that's
smoker
right.
with
With an app.
With the app, because
And you can manage your
Yeah.
temperature.
The
What?
smoker will
Yeah.
the smoker's gonna tell the app like, yo, you need some more. You're
Yo,
going low on your
'cause- 'cause
temperature.
if we bring Phil on here, he's gonna be like, bro.
Bro.
I
I'm
wake up at
telling
5
you,
o'clock in the
I'm so
morning.
excited for JC to have this because I'm like ready to go buy meats because I want him to smoke certain meats. I was like, I saw this on a.
He's gonna come in like Arby's.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
the meat.
I got the meats. I was like, hey, I just saw this on Max the Meat Guy. Can you smoke this wagyu?
Hey, but let's do some shout outs real quick. Shout out to my Auntie Donna for joining us.
Hey, Auntie Dana.
He says half a day.
Half a
Shout out
day.
to Mr.
Chålofa.
Euro Phenom, whoever that is.
Eurofinam.
You
know him?
He said
Chålofa.
half a
bro.
day. Hey, shout out to Mahea, our niece Mahea.
Oh,
Mahea.
Hey, thanks for watching.
Yeah.
You can watch anything right now and you're watching us.
Yes.
Thank you.
Shout out to my mom, Julie. Thanks for joining us, Mom. Love you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Yogi's on.
Hey!
Yogi.
Shout out Yogi!
He's missing
Oh
it.
no, I
Thanks
know.
for watching us and not watching Mortal Kombat. It came out today.
Was it today?
It says
Yeah.
it says Javion's on.
Hey!
Oh, Javion's my son. Welcome on. Oh, and my sister's on.
Hey,
Hey, thanks for
Tonya.
joining us, guys. We love you all.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you for the support. And my cousin
Send
Ben.
your comments, send your questions for Sampu House.
Yeah, questions.
And for Islanders
comments.
View if you have questions for us. So.
Yes. So, I know we talked about how you started it,
Right.
but what inspired you to start Sampu House?
Honestly, my mom.
Yes.
My mom's an awesome cook.
Yes, you always talk about your mom and
Yeah, everything is it's about my mom. And then what do you call that? When I had my children, and I was married to my what do you call that? My husband, his mom. She's and really down south, and things has to be done this way, and you got to do it this way, and my mom was the same. It was about just the love that they put in their food.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you don't rush what you're doing. You enjoy it.
That's
And
right.
Everybody's like, "Aren't you tired?" But honestly, you guys, I love what I do.
yeah.
It's.
I'm glad
And
you
it
said that
shows, yeah.
because whenever I cook, my wife's like, Ashley, you take so long in the kitchen when you cook. Look, whenever you eat my food, it's delicious because I take my time.
Right.
You enjoy it.
It's especially our type of food, the
Yeah.
Chamorro food.
Yes.
It takes a lot of work. It takes
Yeah.
a lot of, you can't do shortcuts.
No.
I mean, I'm sure you can, but you're
I
not
know a
going to
lot
get
of
the
them
taste.
try though, right?
Right.
Like chicken Kelaguen.
Oh my God.
Chicken Kelaguen is a famous Chamorro dish.
Yes, it is.
Now the proper way to do Chamorro Kelaguen is you barbecue fresh chicken.
Yes. Well, not fresh chicken.
Just cook chicken.
I don't.
But you don't. Yeah, because like now the shortcuts that a lot of people do, and it's not a bad. Yeah, it's rotisserie.
Right.
And then how do you feel about rotisserie Kelaguen?
I don't care for it. I don't know why people do that. It's for me when
It's demeaning to the rotisserie.
It's last minute. It's last minute.
Well, yeah, of course. If it's last minute, then
Yeah.
I understand. But man, I'm telling you guys, nowadays you have the gas grill.
Yeah.
You have so many things that's gonna make it convenient for you.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
why not just do it that way?
But see, cooking on a gas grill and charcoal is different.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. But
Well, they have that smoke
least-
flavor now
yeah,
that
you
you can
can-
put in the chicken.
No.
That's another shortcut as well.
No.
All these shortcuts, but not with Auntie Lori.
There's just
That was
something, there's
Sampu House.
something about cooking on with charcoal.
There
right?
is.
Like there's my dad
just like
loves,
with wood too.
Yeah, I really want to start trying with wood, but it's
hard.
It's
yeah.
hard.
It's hard because wood doesn't burn like charcoal.
no.
Yeah,
And you have
has
to
a
understand
different-
like what type of wood, if it's dense,
Right,
if it's dry,
right.
still,
Sweat.
you know.
That's why I'm
Well,
getting into this barbecuing, and
so-
I'm so excited to try all this stuff.
So like the wood, right? So you want smoke, you want
Yeah.
your wood to be
Yeah.
wet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can, smoke your
Yeah.
meat that way.
Yep.
If you want it to where you're gonna barbecue, of course the wood has to be dry.
Yeah.
And in order, I learned that when my in-laws are from Chålofa, so they did a lot of cooking with the wood
So
and
what about
outside.
Tongan or
Yes,
mesquite?
tongue and tongue.
Tongan or mesquite?
That's funny you said
How about
mesquite.
JC?
because-
Tongan or mesquite?
Well, brother Frank said mesquite all day.
Well, but you gotta.
Frank, you don't forget you don't remember the Tongan from Guam.
I know.
But
I
see,
know.
you gotta look at the difference. Mesquite has that different taste
Yeah, it has
to
a
it.
different. Yeah.
So you don't you don't want
No.
that in the Kelaguen.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna
Yeah.
give that.
So you like that Tongan?
Yeah.
Have you guys ever heard of kiawe from Hawaii?
The wood?
Yeah, the wood kiawe.
No.
Kiawe wood from Hawaii is a famous wood they like to barbecue in Hawaii. And I just found out while I've been up here, I looked up kiawe. Kiawe is actually a different strain of mesquite.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's a different strain of mesquite that's only found in
So
Hawaii.
does it smell different?
I didn't realize back when I was
mesquite
in
has
Hawaii.
a smell.
Yeah,
Right,
kiawe
right.
does. Yeah, kiawe people barbecue and smoke with kiawe all day in Hawaii. They love kiawe, so it's just a different. It's mesquite, but it's a different strain. So has a different flavor and smokiness than mesquite itself. So crazy, yeah. I just found that out. So I'm wondering if Tongan could be another strain of mesquite. So I don't know if you guys remember.
Probably.
Well,
Tongan.
I
Oh,
doesn't
of
give
course.
out that.
Bro. I used to get hit
taste.
by that.
I think we all have.
All day.
Does
Right, Mom?
Does Tongan,
Right, Auntie Donna?
if you can remember the taste and the
Used to
smoke.
get hit by Tongan.
Is it like mesquite though? Tongan, the flavor and the smell.
I don't think it has a very strong, distinct. What do you call that flavor on that?
I remember
Yeah,
like
probably
in
not.
Guam, you go and you can buy Tongan wood and tuba from the same guy.
I don't know
Hey,
about
get
buying the
Tongan and tuba.
Maybe the tuba because we
Oh,
can just,
No, it's like one guy who's selling the tongue and tuba at the same time. I was like, oh.
My
they're
Auntie Donna
ripping
said-
you off.
Yeah.
my Auntie Donna said, what did you say, Quave?
Kiawe.
Kiave, that's how she cooks at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
In Hawaii?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She's the one that lives in the Big Island.
Oh, there you go. Kiawe, yeah.
Yeah.
Kiawe, that's that wood. That's all they cook in Hawaii.
Right?
Now, I do want to ask this question, Lord, because
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to, but she runs the Chamorro cooking channel,
Oh,
Yeah.
Jessica,
Jessica.
Yeah.
I was talking to her.
which she'll be a guest on the show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were just DMing the other day, but so I have a recipe, like a cookbook
Uh-huh.
that I have all my relatives and whoever comes
Mhm.
visit us.
Mhm.
I had them write their favorite recipe in there, right? So, you teaching Lisa and Polly how to cook, is that something that you're very proud of? Because I know, like, sometimes it's like we want to teach our kids
Right. Right.
our culture and traditions and our food so they can continue to be passed down. Do you have a cookbook that you like, or like little index cards that you keep?
Actually,
Oh, she does.
Yes,
Yes, she does.
I do.
She has crates of it.
You know, why I do
Binders
this.
of it.
Yeah.
You know why I do. You know what I do with our island food is Guam is not well known to a lot of people.
Culinary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Culinary
and the
wise.
Yeah,
island
culinary
where
wise, yeah.
where it's at. I mean, look at the
Yeah.
Congresswoman.
Yeah.
Right?
Right?
Yeah.
She didn't know where Guam or it's a
Yeah.
territory. What is
But it's funny
So-
that they use it all the time in movies.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We're gonna
right.
send you to Guam.
Yeah.
What you don't know about?
Yeah.
Right, and I'm proud of where I come from.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, I'm what do they say, mestiza? So my dad's Filipino, my mom's Chamorro.
Yeah.
So I was raised more on the Chamorro side, so that's how a lot of the cooking and everything through my mom and my mother-in-law. But I want to continue that. I want people to know our island. That's my passion. That's meeting with a lot of people and talking to them. Honestly, the best people I love to talk with are the manuncles, the
Yeah.
elders.
Yeah.
I mean, even I'm telling you guys, even now, they're just my backbone to our culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because
Before
what's
it
gonna
gets
happen-
lost, right?
Mhm.
You have to
there's only
remember
so
it,
much
preserve
of
it.
us, yeah. And so for me to do this, and I'm hoping that my kids will, continue the tradition,
Yeah.
the way I like to cook it, or how
Yeah.
the food should be done.
Mhm.
That's what I hope,
Yeah.
they would take after. But I know Lisa has.
Yeah.
Paul is
It's more the barbecue.
yeah, more the
Barbecue,
barbecue.
But that's
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's tomorrow culture too. Barbecue.
Yeah.
That's a
It
big
is.
part of the
It's-
culture.
And
Is
you know,
barbecue.
out here, people are like, "Wow, what kind of
Barbecue
barbecue is
is
this?"
this,
Yeah.
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 They're amazed by it because
Yeah,
they've never
everybody-
tried it.
You don't have sauce?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we
One
don't
thing
need
I always
sauce.
remember is tomorrow with their barbecue.
Let me find out someone.
Hey, try to go help tomorrow barbecue.
Right.
That's like the first thing you're gonna have. Like you're not gonna be invited anymore.
But
You go to the tomorrow guys' house. You're like, hey, let me help you trim that meat. Bah, don't ever come back tomorrow. You're
but
disinvited.
you have to teach them.
Yeah.
So you have to if you don't teach them that, it's going to be lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, yes, I have recipes. Honestly, I do a lot of research
Mm.
on different recipes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember a lot of the main dishes that I was taught how to cook, right, to
Mhm.
my mom. So, but people ask, I know you guys tried the frittata
Mhm.
and you guys tried other stuff, but like the frittata, my parents always said it's not good for you.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it's supposed to taste like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's like, oh my gosh, people ask, hey, can you do this? But I always try to just, because I'm in, catering,
Yeah.
it deals with the blood and everything like that.
Yeah,
so I
yeah,
have to
yeah.
be careful with that, right?
Yeah.
So I just want to, preserve that
Yeah.
for our children, for anybody.
So even
I-
though like you're not gonna eat it or put it in a restaurant, you
Right.
still know how to prepare it because
Right.
it's part of your culture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that for me, I'm the youngest out of 13,
Yeah.
Some of them, they know how to speak, Filipino. I don't,
Yeah.
Some, they know how to speak the Chamorro language. And it's like, why? Why did they, what happened to me?
So
Right.
can you make pig's feet?
I can, but
Because I know tomorrow's That's one of their famous dishes. It's pig's feet, yeah. Being like same way as me, like pig's feet, just the sound of it makes me like.
guys, I don't.
But when I went to Guam, I think it was what year did Tasi graduate? It's my oldest daughter.
2010? Oh no. 2011.
It was her senior year. I went to Guam for her
Yeah.
senior year, her graduation,
Mhm.
and then like when we're down there, like everybody gotta go to everybody's house every day.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is Uncle Peter's house today.
Right.
Auntie's house,
Right.
Auntie's house. Yeah, it's like that's the life. Every day he's got someone else.
Right, yep.
And I think we're at Uncle Peter's house, and Auntie Tisha, Auntie Lori's sister,
Right.
and she's like, Manny, you gotta try. She's like, Manny, you gotta try my pig's feet.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, okay. And in my head, I pig's feet just already in my head. I'm like, oh my god, it's like doesn't even sound appetizing. But I'm not gonna. Yeah, this is my wife's family. I gotta make a good impression.
Right.
Like, yeah, your pig's feet. I'm trying it. Actually. Where's it at? I'm gonna eat it right now. Put that thing on a stick because I'm gonna eat it. And then, so I go try pig's feet, and then Chamorros love everything hot. This was the spiciest thing I've ever had in my life. After I ate Auntie Tisha's pig's feet, I couldn't taste anything for 4 days. But it was so hot. But other than that, like everything else was good. Like it tasted really good, but it was just so spicy. It was just
right.
man, they just killed me.
We love
yeah,
spice.
they love spice, and it just killed my taste buds. But other than that, it tasted like when I first bit, it was like, oh, this tastes good.
Talking about the spice, right? So there's, I have my customers, some, like hot, some don't. So I'm telling you guys, with the, like my passion and everything, and my customers, I really take to heart knowing what they like.
Yeah.
I'll remember, oh, Auntie Annie, she don't like hot, so I have to take that. Brandon
order from Brandon and then she can tell the Gwen. And she Joyce goes, you can't make it hot.
So and
I like to enjoy my food.
right.
Auntie Laurie always remembers me too. So when she makes this, she always makes a little something separate for me.
Yeah.
Like, this is for Bella because my wife, she is a firecracker.
Right.
My wife can eat lava. She can take a spoonful of lava, put it in her mouth, and she'll be fine. Like she can eat hot. She's crazy. I always tell her like we gotta go do one of those challenges, like the hot wing challenge. Let's go do it, honey. We're gonna make some money.
Just go get the one chip challenge.
No, that's what we were talking about for Auntie Laurie's birthday. Her 50th birthday. We're talking about getting that one chip challenge for all of her family can eat hot. Yeah,
all my
Auntie
brothers
Laurie,
and
Auntie
sisters.
Sil, Uncle Said, Auntie Tisha, like all these guys, and my wife, and then also Jason's wife, Kristen, they all can handle hot. So we want to see who can handle that one chip challenge.
Awesome.
Yeah. Maybe we'll film that.
Hey, why not?
Speaking of spicy, coming from my Auntie Donna, she asked, "Do you make any spicy foods with Donnie the Nancy?"
Yes,
other
all the
spices?
time.
She makes Donnie the Nancy.
Do you?
Yeah,
She
that's
makes
what
Nancy.
when I first went to California.
She makes Donnie the Nancy, so order now.
Yeah. Or not all.
It just depends which one though, because people have the ones with coconut milk, and then so I make both, but majority of the time I make the one just with vinegar and salt, only because coconut milk, of course, doesn't last for long. So
So if I had donated Nancy in my refrigerator since 2016, is bad?
Maybe that coconut milk.
If you add
made?
other
How
stuff
was it made?
other than pepper, yes.
Right,
and
right,
other
right.
other than garlic, other than
Oh,
all the ones that you know.
like with
if
me,
you add like coconut milk,
right.
there's no coconut milk in it.
Yeah. So you should be okay as long as there's nothing really because the vinegar should keep it from spoiling.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I think it's time to throw this. And I smell it.
Don't touch it.
I smell it. I'm like, no, this is perfect.
Yeah. Don't touch it.
I'll eat spice, but only to like a certain level.
Okay.
I'm not the type of spice where I'm sweating or my tongue is just swelling up.
Yeah.
So
I'm telling you,
you like 75,000 Colvilles.
Yeah, like Tabasco.
Yeah, that's a good.
I'm okay with Tabasco.
Tabasco is
that's
hot
hot.
for me.
That's not hot.
No, it's hot for me. I sweat with Tabasco.
So we have
Black
to have
pepper.
something hot
I'll
when we
sweat.
eat. Yeah.
black pepper, I'll sweat. I was like, oh, but I love the heat now. Like when Auntie Lori makes her spicy pork, and even Jason when I make spicy, I can handle that. I mean, I can't handle it. I'm sweating, but I love it.
Yeah.
You know, you like something just hot, but you still just keep eating it.
Right.
Oh, it hurts, but I gotta keep eating it.
That's the trick to it. When it's hot, you just keep wanting to eat and eat.
Yeah.
And we love food. So
when I
who
first flew up to
doesn't?
California,
Like hot Cheetos, I'll eat hot Cheetos. And I'll eat
Which
it. I'm
one
like,
though?
dang, it's hot, but still, it's good.
Also coming from Auntie Donna, what is your bestseller?
Oh wow.
Empanadas, yeah.
Empanadas?
Chicken calabar.
Chicken calabar.
Oh yeah.
Man, we made $500.
I guess
500 empanadas in a week.
500 empanadas.
Yes.
Wow.
I guess what the easiest question is, what is not your bestseller?
Oh.
I don't know.
Pig's feet.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I remember like when I first went to California to meet Bella's family, because like we were like talking on the phone, and I was like, well, I'm gonna come up and pick you up. So I spent a week with them before I went back home with Bella. And the first day, Auntie Lori's making the Nancy. Oh, you already sampled? Already sampled over here. But the first day when we're in the kitchen at her house, she's making the Nancy.
Yeah.
And she's grinding up the habanero peppers.
Yeah.
And, you know, that pepper smells in the air. I thought I was going to die. I was like, oh, I feel sick. I think I'm going to pass out. Yeah, my eyes are burning. I'm going to pass. I think I have a fever. And I did not know what the reaction was. I was like, oh, it's probably the habaneros. I'm like, I never had that problem before. It was crazy. I thought I have like this, what do you call it? Hypochondriac. So I always think I'm sick. Already like, oh my god.
I was like, if you're relating that to food, bro, it's
no, the same. Yeah, no, with food, like I was in the kitchen thinking that I'm having like a allergic reaction, or I'm coming down like, oh my gosh, I think I have cancer. I know, bro, just habaneros, yeah.
You know, I actually mix my Denancy.
Yeah.
So I had used habanero, Thai pepper, and if they have what do you call that?
Carolina Reapers.
Carolina
Oh my
Reapers.
god.
So real
That's
quick,
the hottest, right?
Real quick to our listeners and
Yeah.
viewers out there that are not from Guam, the Nancy is our
Hot sauce.
hot sauce, if you will,
Right,
more like
right.
hot sauce. No, not
Pepper.
sauce. It's like a paste.
It's
Right.
a hot.
Yeah,
it's a hot paste.
It's a hot paste. So
Yeah.
just think of that. Because
You
shout
like-
out to Mr. Euro Phenom. He's hanging with my cousin and listening to the Islanders View.
Hey.
That's a phenom.
To the Phenom.
To the phenom.
You're a phenom.
Oh man.
You're a soccer player?
Question from my sister
football.
Jatonia. She said, "What is the most complicated chamorro dish you had to learn to cook, and how long did it take you to perfect it?"
Complicated?
The
Wow.
empanada.
Oh, you're right.
The bestseller
So it wasn't-
is the most complicated
it wasn't the
one.
filling, it was the shell.
It was
It's-
the
yeah.
shell.
It was
She
so hard
always
to find.
explains
Not
it.
make
Because
it
it was,
break.
yeah, because it was so flaky. We were like, what do we have to do to make it stick together? Because like every time we fried it, it would just like fall apart like layers. I'm like, no.
Honestly, only until I got here to Texas where I finally, had to really perfect the shell. Shout out to Auntie Arlene. She was the one who's given me the tip. But I'm telling you guys, that is why I do a lot of research.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I look at everybody's recipe. I, tweak it here and there, and until I know it's right. That's me. I want to make sure my food is authentic.
Yeah.
I
You know what I said?
remember, how it's supposed to taste like, because I'm born and raised in Guam. So
So you go to Anne's kitchen.
yeah. A lot. Even there's Chamarita Mama or something.
Really?
Yeah. So I do a lot of research. I on YouTube. I always try to see how I can make it, the way, okay, let me try it this way. But I'm still having that issue, right? But yes, empanada was the hardest one because when I was in Guam, I tried it.
Yeah.
I gave up.
She gave
Honestly,
up so fast.
I said, I don't want to do this. This is too hard.
Yeah.
But I watched, my
But now
aunt.
it's the best.
I hope so.
I think your
To me,
empanadas are the
I'm
best.
always
I love
I'm
your
so
empanadas.
hard on myself,
Yeah.
honestly. And so Auntie, oh my gosh, oh, I'm so sorry, Auntie Grace Leno from Inarajan, she grinds, or she would cook rice on the what do you call that, outside stove, and toast. I'm sorry, she would toast the rice, and that's how she did her filling for the empanada. And
Toast the rice.
Wow.
yes, I
Delicious.
toast. I'm telling you guys,
Yes.
I toast the rice. Well, I toast my rice in the oven, so but that's how it was done before.
Now,
We didn't have cream of wheat, cream of rice. We didn't have that because that's what everybody's using now. But the way I remember it is they toast the rice on the what do you call the outside stove, and then they grind it, and that's how you get the filling for the empanada. But yes, you guys.
Oh, okay.
Auntie Lori, I love Auntie Lori's empanadas. It's like, and then you get them frozen, you fry them yourself and eat. Oh, it's so good. You guys want to order something? Order the empanadas. She'll freeze them.
So I've been to your house, right?
Yes.
I think I picked up a couple of plates.
Yes.
Do you ever want your own outside kitchen?
Oh yes, definitely.
Like,
'Cause I know
back
my
home,
mom,
right?
You're
Yeah.
asking Chamorros.
Dude, you just don't know.
You have
Right,
You don't
inside.
know because
Yeah.
some people are like, nah, I don't want that. I don't want that trouble.
I want
Chamorros
We
have an
always-
inside
we always
kitchen and
had that,
outside
yeah.
kitchen
Yeah.
on the side kitchen
Yeah.
on the other side
Other
kitchen.
side.
I went back home
right.
when my grandpa passed away. Yeah,
Mhm.
I think 2009.
Yeah.
And I remember my grandma, she would cook breakfast and then would do something. And then 10 o'clock, she was
Yeah.
outside in the
Cooking,
kitchen
right?
Yeah.
getting ready
That's right.
for lunch, bro.
That's
Right.
right.
Mhm.
All outside, yeah.
Yeah.
Hold
That's
on.
what I want to do. Like,
Because it's 85 degrees and humidity is 100%. And you're in front of the stove.
No. But
that's
you
like
know,
with
it's-
our new home that we're gonna
Right.
like. I already told Belle like we're gonna get an outdoor kitchen.
Good.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna get an outdoor kitchen. We're gonna make one because just a lot of foods that we cook nowadays
Right.
just really stinks up your house.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? They stink up your house. And then just a good example, shout out to my mom. Love you, Mom. But she was making pig's feet today. And pig's feet, right when you first start cooking it and boiling it, it just emits this smell.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, this is probably one of the reasons why we're going to get an outdoor kitchen in our new home.
Yeah.
Because now our house smells like pig feet. But then also, I love, what do you call it? What's my favorite dish?
Apparently,
Pork belly.
Yeah,
Pork belly.
yeah.
Pork belly is my favorite. I
Yeah.
love, Auntie Lori makes this great pork
can
belly.
tell.
Not my belly, pork belly. But that's my favorite that Auntie Lori makes. Like she does it in the oven,
Yeah.
and I love it. And then when I try to do it in my oven, the whole house smells like pork belly. And I'm sleeping. I love to eat pork belly, but I don't like to smell it.
right.
And I'm like sleeping in my bed. I'm like, oh my god, my pillow smells like pork belly. It's pork belly right now. I'm just it's pork belly.
Well,
I love to eat it, but so that's why we're gonna get an outdoor kitchen. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's one of our our goals as well too. So
Yeah.
we've been talking and how we want things set up, and I was like, I just want a 5-bedroom home. They're like, what?
Yeah.
And I said, I just want a big kitchen, a living room, and 3 bedrooms. That's it. And they're
Yeah.
like, that's all you want? And
An
then
outdoor
all I
kitchen.
want is a back kitchen. Huge back kitchen.
Outdoor kitchen.
I mean, we have one in Guam, right? I think
Yeah.
we're the only ones that has a chimney as our
Oh,
barbecue
yeah.
grill.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Grandpa.
My father-in-law,
Grandpa built
yeah, he built a what do you call that, fire pit, but it's like a
it.
chimney.
Big chimney. Yeah. So we
And they're like,
Y'all are
a chimney
fancy.
in Guam?
Yeah.
So what my mother-in-law would do is she would put the wires and then she would dry it or smoke the
Smoke
meat.
the meat.
Yeah.
And nothing. We didn't have to worry about the flies. We didn't have to, so, and all the smoke would just go up to the
chimney.
chimney.
My grandma was
Awesome.
just talking about drying some meat the other day. She's
Uh-huh.
like, I need the basket.
Oh,
I
yeah.
need the
Yes,
basket
yes.
to dry.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I wanted to say this earlier. The thing about when you see someone cook with their hands,
Mhm.
right? You always look at their hands, and you can tell like it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
Right.
It's made out of, it's made with love.
Right,
Yes.
right.
I don't think people understand. Like when you go to Chamorro's house, everything is made with their hands.
Right.
It's tasted with their hands.
Right.
It might seem weird when you go to their house. When you go to their house and they're mixing something, and then they'll just go like this, like, "Hey, try this."
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Or they taste it, like, don't be weirded out.
No,
It's just-
well, before I started the
Before
catering
COVID.
business.
Before COVID, try this.
Right.
Now it's COVID. Try this. Did you just touch that?
Did you just touch it with your hand? Did you wash it for 20 seconds?
Right. I mean, that's what I had to adjust, because when you're in a catering business, you have to make sure that,
Safety.
Yeah,
safety,
cross-
everything.
That's right.
Yeah. And even my brothers and my sisters, right? So when I went back to Guam, here I am cutting board for vegetables, cutting board for the meat, this and that. They're like, "What are you doing?" I said, "This, you don't want to cross contaminate."
Ask me about cross contamination.
And they were like, "We're not dead. We're
Right.
still alive."
Just soak the lemon. We're good.
Yeah.
The lemon will kill it.
The lemon will kill it.
And it's like, nope, you got to wear your gloves. So
Yeah.
that's what we have to,
Yeah.
do. But you're right. That's how we did it, and
Yeah.
It's us Samoans did it too.
right.
Like
The Islanders,
Yeah,
actually.
we always had outdoor kitchen, cooking
Right.
everything outside,
Right.
and especially like during weddings,
Mm-hmm.
during funerals, like we would be, making food for people who's coming over to pay their respects. We have to
Right.
make food for them.
Yeah.
So we have our outdoor kitchen, and everything is already cross contamination. We don't have that, like, we got me on the raw chicken, and then I go and say, "Hey, Junior, I need your help with the rice." I go with the rice. Junior, serve the plates, give them.
Speaking about, when we're serving, right, for what do you call that, the Islanders. So when customers ask me, I'm gonna have a party, blah blah blah, right? And I said, okay, hold up. Are we having a Chamorro party, or are we having a standard
Texas party.
serving size party? Because there's a difference.
Yeah.
Right.
They kept laughing, and I said, no, honestly, because when you're having a Chamorro party, they're gonna balutin. We eat
all the time.
We fill up our plates.
Yeah.
To our listeners and
What is
viewers,
balutin?
balutin is taking food home.
Take your food home. You pack your plate.
Yeah, you pack
eat,
your plate.
and then you take food home.
Right.
No. You pack your plates
Pack your plate
first,
first.
then you go.
Nah, bro. You
No,
don't do that.
you didn't let me finish. I was going to say not in that order.
Well, you're thinking about that too. We were in Saipan, and it was, what do you call it? It was a first for me because they were packing all the food.
Yeah.
We were having, and
Yeah.
not everybody was eating.
No.
They didn't eat yet, so they were already packing. I was like, oh, we gotta pack our food. Is that what we have to do now?
Yeah.
And so it was just different to see it
Two
that
plates.
way.
That's
Two
right.
plates.
Right. So they
Yeah.
were packing their food, and then once they were done, then they went to the table to
Well, you-
eat.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it's different from
That's-
the islands. So
That's against the law.
I mean, like, how do you manage that?
Bro,
Sorry.
no, I mean, I've done
you're
it
taking
before.
a little
Yeah.
too much. There's
Me
about
and my
30
brother-
of us here.
My nieces and nephews, they already trained for that. Like we'll go eat. I'm like, okay, let's go eat. My nieces and nephews, they're already packing the plates to go while we're eating.
But you know what?
They're already trained. Like, hey,
Right.
you guys know what I like.
Sometimes what's weird is like I don't see anymore that we did when we were younger is when the table is prayed for, the kids go first.
Mhm.
right.
And then that's when the
Everybody
adults.
else, right?
But now I see it's like, okay, we pray for the table, everyone go. I'm like,
See,
hold on.
in Samoa, it's different. When
The
you pray
elders.
for the table, the adults eat first.
Really?
In Samoa, it's like
well,
that.
it's more
And
like
it was,
the elders.
yeah,
then
the elders,
kids,
yeah.
Then the adults.
And the elders
Like
wouldn't actually,
parents.
Right.
Yeah.
the elders wouldn't even go on the buffet line. The kids would make the plates
The plate
for
for
the
them.
elders
Right.
and
Did
take
you
it
say
to them.
buffet?
Yeah, the
I
buffet
know. I was
line.
like, wait, hold on.
Ain't no Chinese restaurant?
No, in the buffet line. No.
Yeah.
That's why I did in Samoa, and it was funny because when my parents, when we'd go, hang out with my friends and their
Yeah.
family,
Yeah.
we would pray for our food, and my mom and dad would just sit there and wait because they know we're gonna go make their plate.
Yeah.
And then my parents would talk to the other parents, said, "Oh, we just wait till the kids will get our food." And then the other parents were like, "Oh no, we can make our own plate,"
Yeah.
because they didn't know our traditions on it.
Yeah.
But they saw us
you
doing
go to
it.
the line, you got two plates in your hand. It's like one's your pizza and then one's your regular food.
Yeah,
Oh, speaking of all this food, balutan, all this making me hungry. It's
Right.
actually it's actually making Brother
Dang.
Frank hungry.
Yeah.
Hungry.
So, brother Frank,
As you guys can see, all our listeners and viewers,
Time for sample.
well, our listeners can't see it, but our viewers can see that we have food around the table.
Right.
This was prepared by the one and only Auntie Lori and Sister Lisa,
No,
her
that was all
daughter,
mom.
Lisa.
I was at
Sampu
work,
House.
so
Lisa was at work saving lives.
Auntie Lori, go ahead and
Well, man.
explain to everyone what we have here.
So today's sample session is what do you call that? A Caligan plate.
Kelligwin plate.
Yeah. So you know how they have all of these things with the what is that called? The charcuterie board. Charcuterie.
Shura. Sharia.
Charcuterie.
the board.
The
Charcuterie,
board.
yeah.
So this is my sample board.
Right? We could
Tomorrow's charcuterie.
Is that a coconut leaf?
No cheese, yeah.
Yes. Actually, it's
Banana.
it's
Coconut
banana,
tree leaf, not coconut leaf.
banana leaves.
Oh,
But-
banana leaf.
It's actually plastic.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
You didn't have to say that.
Plastic
Exactly.
banana.
Got me.
It looks good.
But yes, and so that's how we used to plate
So-
things, right?
So for our listeners and viewers,
Yeah.
go ahead and explain what Kelligwin is.
Yeah.
Caligan, my way to sum it up is it's like ceviche,
Ceviche.
but dry.
Yeah.
But now
Sir?
you gotta explain what ceviche is.
Right, it's a Mexican dish, right?
Yeah.
Because
Right.
we are
Yeah, yeah.
Spanish influenced.
Yeah.
So this is where it comes from. So a lot of our dishes, we love sour.
Yeah.
We love lemons.
We love that lemon flavor.
Yes.
Vinegar, lemon.
Lemon.
Every
Flavor.
Chålofa household, you get the lemon pack.
Yeah.
Yours.
It has to be yours.
That's why tomorrows are always sour.
But before we didn't have that, right? We had
Yeah.
the lemon tree. We had to use what was fresh.
Yeah,
in our
yeah,
backyard. So it's barbecue chicken. That's our chicken Caligan. We
Mhm.
barbecue it, onions.
Now you barbecue it just like to a certain point.
Yeah.
Almost
Oh, like-
done.
Like bare, yeah.
Yeah. For me,
What's
I
the
have to
inside
do it.
temperature?
Really close.
120
if
degrees.
you're a
65
tomorrow, you have that eye.
You have the eye. You the touch.
that eye.
This is
It's gone. It's
It's
like
like
Caligan. This is barbecue chicken. This is Caligan.
Then we have shrimp Caligan, and then we
Awesome.
have beef Caligan.
All
So
right.
every one of them, yes, there's lemon in it, but each one of them has different
Yeah.
flavoring. So like my beef Caligan, they have ginger in
Mhm.
there. Yeah.
I see
Ginger.
some Thai
So what
pepper.
does so what does the lemon do for it?
No?
The lemon
Not Thai
cooks
pepper?
the meat.
No, it's
So
just regular,
you
know,
cook it,
don't eat.
yeah, so you cook
Only
it
pepper.
about, I would say at least 90%, till it's
Yeah.
almost done. And then
That's
the
the
lemon
chicken.
comes in, the
Yeah,
chicken.
chicken.
And then
I
what do
was
you
like,
call it?
wait.
The lemon cooks
Yeah,
it
that's
out.
right.
And then
Lemon
lemon,
cooks
and then you
the
put the
rest.
lemon,
Mhm.
let it sit for a while, and it cooks the
Yeah.
rest of the chicken.
And then for the shrimp,
I'm sorry.
you said that shrimp.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
shrimp. So the shrimp, I use raw shrimp,
Mhm.
and then I take boiling water, and I just kind of blanch it just to give it a little pink,
Yeah.
and then I put the lemon powder on. So what do you call it? I'll start cooking the shrimp again.
awesome.
Same thing with the beef. Of course, everybody knows beef, right? You can.
Yeah.
Eat it
You
raw.
can
Some
eat it raw.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
you
this
can put it in
one
the
here,
microwave for like 20
Steak,
seconds.
steak
for-
tartare
right?
is
Yeah.
But
raw
for me,
meat.
I don't care for the smell of the,
Raw meat.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I put it under hot water, and I, right,
Yeah.
exactly. And then of
Awesome.
course, put the what do you call that? The lemon powder.
Quick
Yeah,
story.
I know there's one more thing that's not a Caligan.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
Item.
that's right.
What
But
is
it's a
that?
must.
What is that?
Taquitos. So that is flour taquitos, and with coconut in it. So back then it's just the flour, coconut milk right from the tree.
Oh,
And
man.
then of course we have a what do you call it? I know it's lumpia. It looks like lumpia.
But you have
Yeah,
to
yeah.
try it first.
But first, before you do that, you can try everything else.
yeah.
But it's a
We're not gonna
secret.
eat that right now because supposedly it's a
Teasing me.
surprise.
Teasing
It's
us.
a surprise.
Right.
The
No.
well,
Oh, you're such a tease.
I wanted to try something different.
to all our Chamorro An Islanders. That is lumpia to everyone that's not from the island.
Oh, yeah.
That is an egg roll.
Egg roll.
But it's a surprise, so we're not going to eat it just yet.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go ahead and sampu.
Sampu.
Sampu. You gotta
Sampu.
say it like from your shape from the beef.
Right.
Sampu.
You know, you got to
Yeah.
sample, and so
Are
that's
we
how we
gonna-
do it, right?
We're gonna try one together, like
Yeah.
each one together.
Each one.
So what are we
together.
going first?
What do you guys do?
Shrimp?
We already tried the
Start with the
shrimp.
Yeah, B already got his shrimp filled.
All right, we got a shrimp with the tatitas. I'm low carb right now, so I'm just gonna.
Oh,
You know, I also what I do right with my customers, and I so love them because how am I gonna make
Man, I
myself
wish you-
better,
Only
right?
if you guys can eat this.
Oh man,
Everyone that's watching.
would you guys smell a vision?
Smell-
So you guys can smell my breath.
Lori, would you ever consider like having a website with your
So good.
recipes?
Speaking
or...
of a website,
That was a
Auntie,
shrimp.
my cousin said, "Where are you guys located? Because I can't find you on Google Maps."
For now, we do a lot
Super
of catering. We do a lot of catering and individual food trays. So that's what we do a lot of. As of
Are we
we're
going to beef now?
Yeah, beef.
Oh, they're ready. He wants to eat his shrimp real quick. Hold on.
so the beef is beef skirt. That's what I use.
I like meat in the skirt.
A little spicy.
Little spicy. And the beef,
Yeah.
it's like there's soy sauce in there.
Yes.
Beef
So
skirt.
there's soy sauce too.
There's so there's a little bit soy sauce, lemon, ginger.
Is there soy sauce in the shrimp too? Because I
No.
didn't taste too much.
No.
Look at my palate is very developed. Since
Well, you
I
got-
started cooking,
Did you guys move on to the chicken yet?
no,
They're
I'm
not
on
beef.
beef because I noticed there's a different
Different
taste.
taste, right?
You
right.
guys did not notice that because my palate is more mature than yours.
Are you sure I did not know that? I did know that.
No, but
You can tell.
but like
You know why it's different? Because one is shrimp, one is fish, and one is chicken.
I'll tell you because you guys have Caligan before. I've never eaten the shrimp and the beef Caligan.
What?
No.
With Chamorros,
Well,
as
So you
long
say
as
you're
we-
married to a Chamorro?
yeah, no, I'm married to a Chamorro, but I've never been a fan of Caligan.
Right.
I've never been a fan of Caligan.
Right.
The chicken Caligan,
He's
it's never. Yeah, it never was in my like. I would never like request it or anything. But since I've just started experimenting with cooking and eating.
Oh, that's why
Okay.
your palate's
So-
matured.
Yeah.
So go ahead, because
That's
I'm
right.
trying to get to this egg roll.
Oh, yeah.
Or
Yeah.
lumpia.
So we're gonna
Okay.
get-
That's why there's a different
There's
taste.
There's a surprise.
But I will tell you now though, I this is my first time trying this.
Right.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah, it's very delicious. I think I'm
And that's
gonna
why
I'm gonna start requesting it now. And I'm gonna start eating it too.
That's why I ask my customers. The constructive criticism
Mhm.
or their critique on my food.
Yeah.
I need that because for me, it's how I can better myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't tell me, hey, it was too salty or didn't have enough salt or, it's not hot enough, blah, blah, blah. It helps me make myself better. And all that feedback, like I said, I take it well. So, oh yeah, it's good. But later on, oh yeah, it was okay.
Yeah.
So why do you put soy sauce in the beef and not anything else?
It was just a different. Actually, it was Tassi and Issa's dad.
Oh yeah.
So that's where I first tried it, and I've been trying to replicate it and trying to I gotta have that. And again, that's me. I'm gonna keep trying to find a way to find that taste.
Yeah.
And so I keep working at it.
You
So
can taste
that
the
was-
Personally,
difference.
I've always loved beef Caligan.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Don't matter.
no, like that's.
I'm with
Not
you.
one.
I'm with you. With me, I don't care for a chicken Caligan. You can ask them.
Especially when it's deer.
Well, I'm like either beef or fish. You do the fish.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
Oh, yeah.
right.
Hey, when my auntie did
I've never had fish
spam,
Caligan.
when she did spam one time,
Right.
I nearly kicked the door. I was like, "What in the
Oh,
world?"
yeah, see, you didn't do spam.
Oh,
Caliban
yeah.
this time. Yeah.
My mother-in-law always does pink salmon Caligan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what's
Yes.
funny?
Cucumber?
Yeah.
You know what's funny?
I'm
You
gonna
know,
tell
last
you something after that. But
Yeah,
go ahead. Go ahead.
last week I was coming to the podcast and I always cook dinner. So
Right.
now that we have our live at 7,
Right.
it's hard for me to cook dinner. So I told my wife, said I'm not gonna be able to cook dinner. I gotta go do the podcast. Well, just go pick up some pink salmon. Mom will make us pink salmon Kelligwin
Right.
for dinner. I was like, okay. So I picked up the pink salmon. I went home, and my wife was mad. You know why?
The wrong kind.
I grabbed the Great Value pink salmon.
Oh my
God.
Nope.
Yeah, that's what she said. She said, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I don't
Yeah.
know."
It comes
You
in
said
the
pink
red.
salmon. Yeah.
The red one is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the red-
I
no.
I like
prefer the red.
one. Yeah.
That's what I told her. I said, they didn't have the pink salmon. They had red salmon. Oh my God, red salmon is the best. Why you didn't get the red salmon? Oh, I don't know. Now I know.
Right.
Hey, let's do a couple of shout outs here. I think it's your niece that came on, bro.
Hey.
Which one? Malaya?
Dang. They couldn't. With an N?
Nehemiah.
Nehemiah.
Wow.
Is that Jay's?
Yeah.
Come on, Jay. This is too hard for me, man.
Nehemiah.
Hi, baby.
Love you, buddy.
Hey.
I think it's your pops. JJ Smith.
Yeah, it's my dad.
Hey, what's
Hey.
up? Woo! Nice.
Thank you for watching.
Yep. And then Bon had a question for you. Is there any dishes that you cook but don't like? And what's the least favorite dish to cook?
Oh, good one. Because honestly, I don't like sweet food.
You know, like,
She
Well, you have a
makes
bakery?
it.
But that's
No,
different.
not
That's
the bakery, like
pastries.
teriyaki. She doesn't like teriyaki.
Oh yeah, she
Oh.
yeah.
Like a sweet base
Yeah.
teriyaki.
Teriyaki, orange chicken.
Orange
Sweet,
chicken,
sour,
yeah. Anything
nothing.
that's sweet.
She doesn't
Yeah.
like sesame
Orange
seeds.
chicken?
Yeah.
She doesn't like
And
If
if I
it's a
do-
sweet flavor, she does not like it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
have to.
Yeah,
Put
Bella's
hot
the same
pepper.
way.
Yeah,
You know, my grandma's the same way. She'll make some bomb food, but
right.
she will not eat it. And
Right.
it's like, how is this like the best meal? But
Mhm.
you don't touch it. I don't eat it.
Yeah, it's like my mom. I mean, we just don't care. It's like sweet. But what's weird is I can have it with, something else that's like
Sour.
yeah, sour and
Sweet and sour, yeah.
but not mixed in together.
Yeah.
So
That's what we do when we don't want my mom to eat our food.
Or something sweet.
We order like something sweet, and we're
Yeah.
like, "Oh no, mom, it's sweet. You
Yeah.
won't like it."
You won't like it.
No. Oh no, okay.
yeah.
There's pineapple in it.
Oh
So
man,
what's
but
your-
yeah, that was just, it's been like that for a long
A long
time.
time.
Lisa, what's your favorite dish?
Lisa, what's your favorite dish from your mom
Oh,
that you always? What's your go-to dish?
it's red rice.
Oh.
So I only like to eat red rice, potato salad, and chicken Kelligwin. That is like favorite.
Mixing chicken curry with red rice.
Uh-huh.
Fire.
Right?
Like, that's the-
Right.
And you get some denant or like the finadeni, and
But it has to be fresh. The rice
Oh,
has
yeah.
to be right up.
You know, it's funny, like, you know how you're like the culture and all that?
Yeah,
Like, when I was growing up, my mom, greatest cook I've ever known.
right.
She makes like all these dishes. She can cook some more and all that.
Hey. Come on,
But,
B.
oh my gosh, B.
There's more on
Get
the
it
table.
together, Get it
Bro,
together,
there's a
B.
lot right
There's
here.
more over there.
But like
Late
this-
for the show, throwing stuff down.
I forgot we're alive. I edited that out.
Yeah.
Hey, that's good.
But the dishes I love from my mom that she used to make when I was a kid was like all this Americanized dishes,
Yeah.
like lasagna
Right.
and meatloaf, like all this stuff that she made. Like, you know, living in Idaho, my mom was making lasagna, meatloaf, fried rice, pork chops, steak. That's all I remember growing up. I was like, oh, that's my favorite. I always ask my mom, her lasagna to this day is like number one, right? And then that's because that's, you know, mom, right? And so red rice and potato salad chicken from your mom. Could you eat it from someone else and say the same thing? Just your mom's, right? Yeah.
Well, so red rice, my mom had to perfect that one because my brother is very picky, and
Oh.
only one.
Speaking of brother, he says, choose Sampu House.
Why
Hashtag
aren't you
Chålofa.
here?
Yeah. We's about to talk about
Falls
you.
in there, yeah. Falls in
I
there.
knew it.
But there's only one aunt that of ours that he would only eat the red rice from. And my brother goes, you have to perfect it like her.
Oh.
And so she did. And every time she would ask, so is it like Auntie Beck? And he was like, almost, but not there.
That's the number one thing that we're trying to perfect is the red rice. Like,
Yeah.
my grandma has told us how to make it. My mom has told us how to make it. But for some reason, it's just like
always the red rice that requires like a touch. I don't know,
right?
for some reason
Yeah.
it's like a touch that has to happen.
Like, you have to watch it. Like, no.
Or it's almost
you don't
like
have to watch
it's
it.
almost like getting your black belt in jiu-jitsu. It
And
ain't gonna happen
once you
until it's
perfect
time.
Red rice.
It's gonna happen in time.
I think
You
that's
gotta
what
keep
happens,
on doing it.
Yeah, it's you just have to keep working at it. But honestly, I've learned. Man, there's so many techniques, so many things. So one of my Mully and Guam, I was watching them how they were doing the red rice, and everything was equal parts. And I was like, but how do you know it's gonna And
was
sure
it a little
enough,
bit of that, a little bit of this?
yeah. So she uses the coffee can. So you fill up the coffee can with rice and same amount of water,
Mm.
and
And
that's
it's
how
perfect.
and it's perfect.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you honestly. So that's how I do my rice.
Folgers
Yeah.
coffee can?
Yeah, that's how when they used to when they're gonna do a big
Oh, yeah.
big
Fiestas
pot,
and all that stuff,
right?
yeah.
They used to.
Yeah.
Yeah, they measure it through that. Me, I have my cup, and that's how I do. I use a lot of measuring. I actually measure all my food.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was about to ask you that.
Yes, I do. Honestly, I have to, because
That's the
in
best
order
way.
for me to be consistent,
Yeah.
it has to. I have to what do you call that? Measure everything. So that's what I did. I had to write everything down, from my Kelloggin to my rice, and I can tell them this is what you're gonna do, and they'll get it
Yeah.
right on.
Because I was making adobo one time, right? Like, I just watched my mom make it one time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So then I asked my grandma, I was like, can you write in the book? Right? And my adobo never turned out the way it needed to taste.
What kind of adobo though?
The chicken adobo. It wasn't just the fowls.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So then I read the notebook, and it said lemon powder.
Oh.
I put it in there.
Too sour?
No,
It was perfect.
no, it was like, that's what I was missing.
Yeah.
Bro, I just read it and I tried it. I told Ashley, I was like, yo, come try this. This is it.
Right?
Yeah.
See, and that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. You remember, and that's how I want to, teach my children and everybody else. When people ask me, can you share your recipe? Oh my gosh,
I should have brought my book.
I love to share my stuff, because I need it to, carry on.
There you go. You heard it here, folks. She's gonna share it.
I had to adjust everything. So, like I said, from the Kelloggin, from the rice, I
Yeah.
learned a lot from different people and
Yeah.
how they do their rice, right? So there's one that I put oil, this much oil. Oh, I use this. So I kind of combine things, to make it my own,
Yeah.
to make it okay. It doesn't taste like Auntie Beck, but it's on point.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh, you found it. You almost died.
Okay,
All right, so
hold on.
Show it to him.
Look.
salt, pepper.
That's the
see that, you
Donny
guys?
pepper. Donny
Almost
pepper.
got him.
You see that, you guys?
Almost got it.
When you're smashing on some Chamorro food, you don't realize that that's in there. And all of a sudden, your throat closes up. It's because of that.
Hey, B, just so you know, Bonna called you out. She said it's defile, not
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You know what
stop
they?
saying adobo.
You know what they call
I
that?
know.
Wow.
Well,
You know what's funny?
Filipino.
You know what's
That's what
funny
it
is
It's,
I was I always cook now at home.
Sorry
Like
about
my wife is so busy. My wife is so busy with work
right.
that I took over cooking for the home. So I started
Sorry,
trying
Chama.
all these. Yeah, I started trying all these recipes. I go look up recipes and then cook it. I looked up a recipe and it was adobo, chicken adobo. That was the recipe.
Yeah.
I copied the recipe, cooked it.
Mhm.
Boom! Everybody loved it. And then Bella, she's like, "That's the best fowl I ever had." I was like, "Oh, that was a adobo recipe." And then now she always requests that, honey. Like when she goes out of town,
Yeah.
she comes back home and says, honey, I want you to make your stuff out. Now she calls it my stuff out. And because I cook it so much now, I know how to cook it. I just throw like I don't even follow the recipe anymore. I just know how to cook it. And I start adding things. Like one time I took like 3 spoonfuls of Denancy and put it in there, and I made it pica for her. You know, pica being hot for chamorros. Oh my gosh, she's like, oh no, you made it pica. She said, yeah, that's why I'm not eating it.
Right.
Well, I'm trying to like experiment with it, but that's why I was like, I said it was adobo, and then like I said, it's stafao, and then I guess it's the same, right?
The simplest food or dish that's my favorite is rib stafao.
Yeah.
Right?
But she has to cook it because when I cook it, it doesn't fall off the bone.
That's
you tried it, right? Remember?
I still haven't learned to make that one.
Yeah,
but it's my favorite.
Mine falls off the bone. You can ask Bella.
Yeah.
Mine does.
No, the bone falls off.
Oh, no.
It doesn't fall off the bone.
That's my wife.
The meat falls off the bone.
It just it doesn't fall off the bone. It slides off. You put it in your mouth with the meat on and slide it out, and there's no more meat.
Lisa, we asked you what's your favorite dish your mom's make, right? What's your least favorite?
What's my least favorite?
Don't be scared.
I don't know.
Because sometimes, look, my mom used to make bok choy all the time. I'm not eat it now.
I cook all the time. I'm
trying to think.
What did I make? The noodles? I was just coming up with something because I wanted to eat some kind of noodles, and I just threw things together. I'm like, it tastes all right.
What's your least favorite, Auntie Lori?
My least, well, of course, I don't care for sweet. My least favorite. Oh man, I know, right? I don't care for. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to think of the. I don't know. I'll come back to that.
Well, while waiting for that answer, what do you guys think about the sample?
Oh,
with the Kelligwins.
Good. I already finished the shrimp.
Beef.
I'm working on the steak.
You already finished it?
Over there.
Look,
all right, so I've been waiting for y'all to finish so we can try this lumpia / egg roll. Okay. Are you guys ready to try this? Because I'm about to bite into it. Because suppose this is the surprise.
I'm sorry. I'm hoping it's.
I want to make a guess.
All right.
I want to make a guess. What's in it?
Okay.
Wait.
No, I don't want to.
Ginger's
There's
in
ginger in the beef.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go.
Ready?
Yeah.
Well, what's your guess though?
What is your guess?
What is your guess?
What's your guess, everyone that's watching? What is your guess that's in this wrap?
Shout out to my sister
Friday.
Patty. She was the one who.
Shout out to Sister Patty.
Who recommended me to
Okay,
try.
maybe not now. If it's Sister Patty.
Red rice and spam.
Ready?
I thought it was Kelligwin.
Are we ready?
Just try it.
You Kelligwin? Hey.
Dude.
Kelligwin lumpia.
I was
Chicken
telling you.
Kelligwin lumpia.
That's what I'm telling you, Lord, remember?
Wow.
But we tried it. We did it with empanada.
Yeah, we did it
Man,
with
this
empanada
was
too.
Good.
Yeah.
I told you empanada. I always told you, Lord,
See,
you didn't.
no, this is what I always try to tell Bonner. Like, you gotta think outside the box.
Hold on. This may not be new to anyone, but it's new to me.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
No, so we went to my Antoinette's funeral, right?
Right.
And they had there was like the little, they make the Jello shots.
Right.
They call them shooters,
Yes.
and there was rice and
Just
juice.
as or Espanol.
Oh my!
You've never had that before?
No.
Really?
Really?
I was
That was some good
smashing on like 3.
That was good shooter with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to my daughter Isa. She's probably not watching, but if she ever watches, but she shared a picture on her Instagram,
Sorry.
and I follow her, and they were frying up Kelligwin lumpias. And I saw that, I was like, oh my God, that sounds delicious. I remember calling her, like, have you ever done lumpia? And she's like, no, I never tried it. I'm glad you did. So I was like, I think I know what you did.
Well, no,
I'm glad you did it.
My sister Patty was the one who told me, and we tried it in Houston.
Houston.
Remember I was telling you?
No.
So I made Anna and what do you call that? A couple of her friends.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
They're
yeah.
like, and Paul's like, Mom,
Not
what
yet.
did you do with this?
That's good,
We
yeah.
have those
Right?
those lumpias for the party.
All right, while you guys are eating that, coming from my auntie Donna, she's asking if you guys serve food with taro or lemai, and she also had another question.
If they
blah, blah,
if
blah.
they
or
requested-
Well-
if you cook with eggplant.
Oh my God,
Yes.
I
Like
do.
coconut
Yes.
Yes, definitely. I was
I've
gonna
not
tell that
met
to be on the salmon, but yes. But if I can find lemai here, then yes. If you know, like, or the sweet potatoes and things like that, I would definitely have that. What do you call that done? But it's
I
there's
know
just
when my
certain
mom
things.
came, right? You did the banana with
The-
coconut
yeah,
milk
the
and
coconut
then the taro
milk.
too, right?
Yeah. Your
Yeah.
mom did the taro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she
Actually,
did
yeah.
the plantains.
Yeah, plantain.
Yeah.
Those are
Yeah.
good.
Right. And you know, it's and that was our staple food back then. It wasn't, rice, because I think the rice came, I'm not sure if it came from the Philippines or the Spaniards, but
The Philippines.
like I said, that's how our food is. It's so
Yeah.
influenced with different
Oh yeah,
what do you call that? Yeah, cultures. So
Yeah.
we just
Japanese.
Make it
right,
our
make
own.
it
Spanish.
our own, because really what is the diet back then? Finihi, right?
Mhm.
Taro, a lot of fish that they
Yeah.
would eat. So
Yeah.
you know,
Another dish is the empanadas.
Yeah.
The Puerto Ricans,
mhm.
Yeah.
they do that pastelitos
Yeah.
Ooh.
with the hamburger. And I
Right.
was like,
Yes.
man, I was like, tomorrow I need to put some of this hamburger in the empanadas.
right.
What's
You
your
gotta try
name?
different.
Who's the one that made it at the house? Remember we were living on
Is it
Marmot?
Priscilla? Oh,
No, remember
The first time,
what was her?
but Priscilla
was-
made it, right?
Yeah, Priscilla made it, but it was Tassi's friend.
Yeah.
Remember she made a whole tray.
Dean.
There you go,
Dean,
Dean.
yeah.
Yes.
Dean, yeah.
Hey,
Pastelitos.
shout out to Kainoa Kamaka, who was
Hey.
our guest last
Hey.
night. What's up, bro?
Brother Kid, hey, I just want to apologize to Kainoa. Last week when I said his breaking name should be Special K. Wasn't until after we realized that Special K was the girl.
Syria?
The girl. With that turbo ozone and the girl, and then they gave her the name Special K.
Oh.
Yeah.
It wasn't until after I realized, I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, my brother Kainoa. I get your new breaking name would be KK. KK, brother.
All right, so I have two more questions for you guys
Okay.
as we're closing this session.
Mhm.
So we go eat some more.
Yeah, you guys can keep eating. How important is it to you as you have your kids help you and support you with Sampu House? And what is the end goal of Sampu House?
For me, Lisa and Paul know that they are my backbone.
Yeah.
They're the ones who, I can't say I do it all because I can't. I do a lot of the main, stuff and everything like that. But without them to help me prep, that's the biggest thing to do as a caterer is you got to prep. And they have full-time jobs.
Yeah.
And then they come home and then they come and help me, prep. So, I can't, it's tough. It is doing a lot of these things, but, and they see it, but they are very important to me. I mean, they know that already. So,
No, because Paul's the favorite.
Enough. Okay, no, but family is important to me.
Yes.
Bottom line, that is always going to be close to my heart.
Yeah.
No matter what, it's family's always there.
Always family.
Yes, family over everything.
Right,
Yeah.
right, and that's me. Every time we have
Oh,
something, something going on, it's all about the family.
Awesome.
And at the end game, honestly, is to open up a small cafe
Mhm.
and have
Sugar mamas.
well, we'll see about that. I think because everybody knows Sampu House, I like that, and it just
I think you should have like Sampu House as a bar and grill
right.
with a karaoke every Thursday night, hosted
Right.
by me. And then on the side of Sampu House is a little cafe,
Right,
Sugar
right.
Mama's Bakery.
But that's
That's the
because
dream.
that's my passion. My passion, honestly, is I want to teach. I want to teach the kids. I want to teach people how to cook our food.
Oh yeah.
But I just like to serve. I like to, my goal is
to cater to people.
Right. And so my goal is one day to open up a B&B, a bed and breakfast.
Oh,
Awesome.
Yeah, bed and
awesome.
breakfast, and have just people come all
Can't
over.
wait.
Yeah, to share my passion, to share the food from the island of Guam. You mentioned about thinking out of the box on our food. I don't think we can. For me, I don't want to. There's some things that I like to think out of the box. Yes.
Mhm.
Well, no, I just meant
But-
like how you wrap the chicken
Oh
calzone.
no, but
Yeah.
I want to keep it because there's not a lot of people that do our
Oh yeah,
type of
definitely.
food.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
And shout out to all these, everybody that's just doing the Chamorro food.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and keep learning, keep researching, how is this supposed to taste? Even if some of them, they're not born in Guam, and
Mhm.
but they have the passion to do it, and they
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
learn from it.
Yeah.
So go and try the food, and so you will remember it. Hey, that's how it's supposed to actually
Yeah.
taste.
For people who can't go to Guam
Right.
because it's like $2,000 a flight,
Right.
That's awesome.
at least they can eat the food
Yeah.
and say that this is food from Guam.
That's my goal. That's my thing. Is I want to spread the our culture. I want to spread the love that I do and what I put into our food and how much I enjoy. Yes,
Yeah.
it's tiring, but honestly, I asked my girl, Mom, it's 2:00, go to sleep already. But
Yeah.
it's just I want it. I want to get things done, and
I do have
That's
to
good.
say what about Chamorro food is you just never get tired of it,
right.
and it always leaves an impression on somebody that you bring in.
You're right.
Like a friend.
Right.
So you go to a fiesta or a party. Like, hey, try this. You want to eat this with
Anybody, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
especially like when the military, right? What they remember is like, oh my God, the
Mhm.
food,
Yeah.
and then they remember our
The red rice,
hospitality.
they
Yeah.
remember.
How
the Kelly
friendly.
I
Yeah,
always talk to
it's
someone
always
that's in a pirate that went to Guam. Like, dude, what's that dish that's like marinated
chicken, right?
in lemon? I was like,
Yeah.
Kelly,
Yeah.
man,
Right.
dude.
right.
What's that hot sauce with soy sauce and vinegar?
Yeah.
Oh, Philadelphia.
Or what do they call it? Black sauce.
black
Yeah,
sauce.
black All I know is so hot.
Yeah.
It's so good. What was it called?
Right, and it's different because everybody's thinking, oh, they're gonna just put barbecue sauce in the ribs.
Yeah.
Ours is not dry rub. It's we soak it, we
Marinated.
marinate it.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome, man.
Cross contamination.
Yeah. Dude, when you said that earlier, I was like, cross contamination. Yeah, my dad, he's a food inspector. Putting when we barbecue, you take the chicken, you put it in the marinade just to let it soak a little bit. You
Yeah,
put it back
no,
in.
we
we don't do that.
We don't do that.
Yeah.
Cross contaminator.
Paul's is my what do you call that?
Pitmaster.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
just always Mom. You can't do that, Mom. You
Oh.
can't put
it's
meat
in the
or
Or is your
Yeah.
conscience?
it's every
Yeah. Well, because he doesn't want
At work.
helping at work.
yeah. So he has to
But it's
check
different
us.
when you smoke meat, though.
Right.
Because you can layer it. You can layer it, and then the drippings go to the next one.
I know, right?
Again,
But that's
that's
how they
still
used to do it back then,
cross-contamination.
right?
Yeah.
So, but
Well, that's awesome, Nancy. How can they find you, follow you?
we are on Instagram,
Mhm.
and we're also on Facebook.
And
Okay.
MySpace.
My house.
My house.
My house.
Or you can just through
Islander
email.
Registry.
Sample House at Gmail.
Mhm.
Yeah, gmail.com, or you can reach us. Just hit
If
us up.
if someone's not in Texas,
Right.
how can they order? To
Um,
get shipped stuff.
Just come to Texas.
Like I said, there's only certain stuff that I do send is
Mhm.
like what do you call that, Goodzeria? Shout out to Auntie Rose because she's the one who makes Goodzeria. I think that's the one that's hard.
Yeah.
So I sell that for her, and
Mhm.
I ship that one out. Biscuits, more of the dry goods that I normally ship out.
Okay.
Other than like frozen,
Mhm.
like I said, until we find a cheaper route,
Yeah.
then we can
Yeah.
do that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, this was session number 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was the food, guys? How was the food, gentlemen?
Oh, number one.
Number one, Caliban.
Number one. Oh,
Well,
oh
I
no.
want to thank everyone for listening and watching and viewing the Islanders View session number 20. Thank you, Auntie Lori, sister Lisa, her daughter, okay, from Sampu House. Thank you guys.
Thank
It
you,
was a
Paul.
blessing for
Great
you
listener.
guys. Brother Paul from a distance. I know you're not working. But I want to thank you guys for joining us. Please subscribe, share the video, like the video, comment down below. Follow Sampu House. They're doing big things. Awesome food. We love you guys. We are out for session number 20.
See you next week.
Chålofa. We'll
7
see you
o'clock.
guys
Thank you.
on session number 21. And I promise
7
we're gonna
o'clock
start
sharp.
at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time. One love and God bless. We are out. Chålofa.
Hello. Yeah. Oh my
Nice.
goodness.